Hello and thanks for joining us. This is the Signature 30 Minutes. I am Obomano Marvelous Chinedu. In the headlines, a federal high court grants Orji Uzor Kalu leave to apply for order stopping EFCC from arresting or retrying him. Prophet Babatunde Alpha appeals conviction over the disappearance of 1-year-old in his church. Minister of State for Education meets principals of 110 unity schools in Abuja. And now the details. A federal high court in Abuja on Monday ordered the rearrangement of former Abia State Governor Senator Orji Uzor Kalu in alleged 7.1 billion naira money laundering charges to be put on hold, pending the resolution of the legality of the retrial charges brought against him by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. Justice Inyang Ekwo, in a ruling on an expert application, also granted leave to the senator representing Abia North to challenge the legality of the retrial on the same charges. The judge admitted that Senator Kalu, who is the Senate's chief whip, had placed sufficient materials of value before the court to enable him to secure permission for judicial review of his trial on charges in which he had been tried, convicted, and spent some months at the Kuje prison in Abuja. Justice Ekwo, who announced that the order of the court shall operate as a stay of proceedings, also granted Senator Kalu permission to apply for an order of perpetual injunction against the federal government through EFCC to prohibit his retrial so as not to be made to suffer double jeopardy. The court consequently fixed February 23, 2021 for mention of the case. The founder of Sotito Bore Praising Chapel, Akure Prophet Babatunde Alpha, has approached the appellate court to appeal his conviction over the disappearance of 1-year-old Gold Kolawole in his church in November 2019. The Ondo State High Court had 3 months ago sentenced Prophet Sotito Bire to life imprisonment over his complicity in his disappearance of Gold Kolawole. Court documents obtained by newsmen indicate that the hearing began this Monday at the Appeal Court in Akure, the Ondo State capital. The prophet had engaged the services of 2 senior advocates of Nigeria to lead his new legal team. The senior advocates Boyiga Awomolo and his wife Victoria will be leading 6 other lawyers to quash the conviction of the cleric and his church teachers by the lower court. The documents reveal that a notice of appeal with 5 grounds was first filed on November 5, 2020, while an additional 12 grounds was filed on December 12, 2020. Prophet Alpha is contending, among other things, that the judge erred in law as the court lacked jurisdiction to hear the cases, while the DSS also has no powers to investigate the matter that should have been handled by the police. Investigation also revealed that parties, including the Ondo State Ministry of Justice, are abreast of the development and ready to begin another round of litigation in one of the most celebrated cases in the history of Ondo State judiciary. A former caretaker chairman of Jibia local government area of Katsina State, Haruna Maida, has been arrested and arraigned over alleged ties with bandits operating in the state. The Katsina police spokesperson Gambo Issa, who confirmed the arrest, said the former chairman was arrested for allegedly aiding and abetting bandits operating in the state and had already been charged to court. Although the police spokesperson did not disclose where Maida was arrested and arraigned, other sources said he was arraigned before a senior magistrate court on Friday. He was also said to have been remanded in a Katsina Correctional Center, pending the time the police would complete investigation in his case and when the State Ministry of Justice would issue legal advice. It was further learned that Maida could have been arrested and arraigned over a leaked audio interview he allegedly held with some bandits over last December's adoption of 344 students of Government Science Secondary School, Kankara. Although the students were later freed by their abductors, controversy trailed the circumstances surrounding their release. Section 18(8) of the Nigerian Police Force Establishment Act, which President Muhammadu Buhari signed in September 2020, states that every police officer shall serve in the Nigerian Police Force for a period of 35 years or until he attains the age of 60 years, whichever is earlier. Also, Section 215 of 1919 Constitution as amended doesn't give room for an extension of service of the Inspector General of Police. Also, Section 215 of 1999 Constitution as amended does not give room for an extension of service of the Inspector General of Police. The President can only appoint, but nowhere in the law is he empowered to extend tenure of service. However, last Thursday, President Muhammadu Buhari extended the tenure of the Inspector General of Police, IGP Mohammed Adamu, for 3 months. He said that the decision was to give time for proper selection of a new police chief. Signature TV correspondent Chibueze Obi went to the streets of Abuja to get the reactions of residents to the action of the president.
And somebody's tenure expires, it is expected ideally by the constitution, understand that, okay, he leaves and the next ranking officer, takes, his place. But as it is, they know their reason why they are doing it that way. Constitutionally, the constitution, does it support it?
We have an issue in Nigeria because our problem in Nigeria is our government don't practice the constitution. We don't practice constitution. We only leave constitution for ordinary vulnerable citizens. When somebody thief phone, we judge him. When somebody have any issues along the street, but when there's issue in the executives, where we're supposed to tackle to show our citizens example that we have a constitution as a country, there's a practical constitution as a country, but we don't do that.
There is politics between the president and the IGP. That is number one. And number two, I may also believe that maybe the IGP has not done all his necessary things that he needs to do so that he can give a proper handing over.
Inspector General of Police is supposed to know the rule in the Federal Civil Service. When you are due, you need to accept it so that others will move to your rank. But now, from Mr. President now say that he wants to give him another 3 months. I don't like it. Federal government is supposed to stop that idea so that others will move.
It is not normal because that is not an office for an appointment like the office of the minister or like the office of the commissioner that one can call, they come and be commissioner or an office of an ambassador.
Principals of unity colleges in Nigeria have appealed to the federal government for more funding to enable the school management upgrade the ICT facilities in the schools. The chairman of the principals made the appeal in Abuja on Monday at a meeting between principals of the 110 unity colleges and the Minister of State for Education, Chukwuemeka Nwajuba, in Abuja. The meeting, which focused on how to restructure Nigeria's education system to respond to the needs of the times, was as a result of the effect of the COVID-19 lockdown in the nation's education sector. Schools were closed down for many months, and many students did not have the facility to learn from home, coupled with the unstable internet network in the country. The Central Bank of Nigeria on Sunday said the use of cryptocurrencies in Nigeria contravenes existing laws. The Apex Bank was responding to public criticism of its Friday notice warning deposit money banks, DMBs, to desist from transacting in cryptocurrencies and dealing with entities who do the same. According to the CBN, cryptocurrencies are issued by unknown and unregulated entities and are increasingly being used to conduct many illegal activities, including money laundering, terrorism, financing, purchase of small arms, and light weapons, and tax evasion. The CBN said its position of cryptocurrencies will have no negative impact on the development of financial technology in Nigeria. And now for the stock market report. The floor of the Nigerian stock exchange opened this week on a negative note as investors lost 74.4 billion naira. The equity capitalization on Friday was 21.81 trillion naira and fell to 21.74 trillion on Monday, a 74.4 billion naira loss. As a result, the all share index closed at 41,560.31 points from 41,709.9 points. The number of shares traded fell to 340.2 billion from 482.1 million traded on Friday. The value likewise fell from 5.5 billion naira to 2.6 billion. The gainers were 23 while 16 losers were recorded at the close of business. Zenith Bank and Access Bank were the toast of investors, trading shares valued at 368.6 million naira and 289.6 million naira respectively. The top gainer was MC Nicholas PLC. Other gainers include UPC Real Estate Investment Trust, Multiverse PLC and Fitsin. Champion Brewers was the top loser. And on the foreign scene, the Democratic Republic of Congo on Sunday announced a resurgence of Ebola in its troubled east after a woman died of the disease, just 3 months after authorities declared the end of the country's previous outbreak. Health Minister Eteni Longodo told newsmen that another episode of the Ebola virus resurfaced in the Biena Health Zone of North Kivu Province. The health ministry said it was a farmer, the wife of a survivor of Ebola who showed typical signs of the disease on February 1 and died on February 3rd, after which a sample of her blood tested positive for Ebola. The Democratic Republic of Congo declared on November 18, 2020, the end of its 11th Ebola outbreak, which claimed 55 lives out of 130 cases over nearly 6 months in the northwestern province of Equateur. The last person declared recovered from Ebola in Equateur was on October 16th. The widespread use of Ebola vaccinations, which were administered to more than 40,000 people, helped curb the disease. The return of Ebola in the country's northeast, a region plagued by violence between armed groups, comes as the vast African country is also fighting its own COVID-19 outbreak. And now moving over to Morocco. Morocco won the Total African Nations Cup Championship CHAN for the second time by overcoming Mali's boat challenge 2-0 in a thrilling final at the stadium in Yaoundé on Sunday night. 2 second-half headers by Aldemouna Boutoué and Captain Ayoub El Kabi sealed the victory for the Atlas Lions in the tournament in Cameroon to hand them the title. The Atlas Lions repeated the success on home soil 3 years ago by a margin that hardly looked possible as the Eagles stood toe-to-toe with the favourites for over an hour. Hussein Amuta's side became the first country to win a second successive title in the tournament, designed exclusively for home-based players. Before we end the news, a recap of the headlines. The Federal High Court grants Orji Uzor Kalu leave to apply for orders stopping EFCC from arresting or retrying him. Prophet Babatunde Alpha appeals conviction over the disappearance of 1-year-old in his church. Minister of State for Education meets principals of 110 unity schools in Abuja. Please do well to stay safe, maintain physical and social distancing, and wear your nose masks while going about your daily activities. And that's the signature 30 minutes. On behalf of my producer, Damilola Abudu, I am Obomano Marvelous Chinedu. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to join us tomorrow for signature 30 minutes. Thank you.